welcome to a new video. Today I am going to start something kind of new. I mentioned it a little bit in the last monthly favorites video that I was going to change the way I was doing them a little bit, and I'm going to change them into a monthly roundup video where I talk about products but also things that I did like and not like that month. I think that's the best way to sum it up. So I am going to start with movies. I'm going to try and keep it in categories to make it simple. So this month I saw two movies in the cinema. I saw Beauty and the Beast, and I saw three actually. Beauty and the Beast, Peppa Pig, my first cinema experience because it's worth mentioning, and Boss Baby. Okay, I'm going to start with the quickest one, Peppa Pig. Absolutely amazing if you have young children. Even Alfie went, and the boys both had a lot of fun. It's only over an hour long and it's really worth it with very little children, or even Owen is almost going to be 6 and he still enjoyed it. So that was a really good time. We both went. There's a lot of singing and dancing involving the children. It's really good. I would say for children from 2 to 5, let's say. Brilliant for that. So yeah, absolutely loved that experience. It was lovely to see the boys so happy. We really had a lot of fun. Second movie, The Boss Baby. Owen absolutely loved that movie, and I actually found it really funny. I saw the trailer before and I thought it was going to be a bit silly and not really that funny, a bit too goofy kind of thing. It was actually pretty good and it was actually funny. Only Owen and I saw it and it was fun and we both liked it, and Owen wants to see it again and again and he keeps saying, when is the DVD coming out? So that was a good movie. So the next movie, I'm not going to go too deep into that. If you want to know my full idea of that movie, I will link down below the vlog where I went to see it, and it's at the very beginning of the vlog. I think it's about 2 minutes in. You can see my full reaction as I was just out of the cinema, because I couldn't make a full video about this and it's not really the point. I did enjoy the movie a lot. It was fun, but I didn't like Emma Watson in it. I thought she was not good enough singing wise, and there was too many effects on her voice, and it's just that there was a gap between how the other people sing and how she sings, and it doesn't make her a bad singer. It's just that she's not as good as the other people, and therefore it makes her look bad, if you know what I mean. I think she's a brilliant actress, but I think she was cast more for her person than her acting skills in that style. So yeah, I did enjoy it, but there was a lot of things that I was like, oh, I'm not sure about this, I'm not sure about this, and now my phone is going. Am I going to be able to do this video properly? I'm going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb to start with. There we go. We're going to get through this together. So yes, yeah, if you want a full in-depth thing, not that much in depth, but like a good 5-6 minutes explanation about what I thought was strange and all, go and watch the vlog that I will link down below. It's the best way. Then, just getting my notes there, I'm gonna do products. Let's move on to products. Okay, the first thing is something I got for Mother's Day. It's the mask of Magnaminte from Lush. It's a self-preserving one, which is good because you don't have to keep it in the fridge, and it's a face and body mask. So it's especially good if you have oilier skin or if you have breakouts and things like that. I used it the first time I used it all over my face because I had loads of breakouts. Now it is quite drying, so what I do now is that I just use it on the areas where I need to clear breakouts, and that's been working great. So usually for me it's like located, you know, around my mouth and sometimes on my forehead, and I've been using it there and it was great. And also I tend to get spots on my back whenever I'm near my period, and I've been using it on my back and there, and that's great. It's very refreshing. If you have oily skin, you will love this. It's really nice to clear out the skin. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I probably wouldn't have bought it for myself, to be honest, but that's the nice thing about being given gifts by people who are trying to, like, James knew I like Lush stuff, so he thought he would go for that, and he went for it because it was the only self-preserving one they had there. And yes, so it was good because I was able to try something I wouldn't have tried, and I'm really happy I tried it. So that was a good thing. Next thing, I mentioned about that briefly in the vlogs as well. It's the Elvive Phyto Clear Anti-Dandruff. This one is the conditioning shampoo, and this one is the exfoliating scrub pre-shampoo treatment. So this first, because that's what you would use first, is literally a scrub. I'll show you inside. So it comes in it's green like this. It does smell really fresh. And it has little pieces of, I think it's apricot kernel, like chopped down. Now, there is no silicones in these, which is the thing that made me want to buy them. As you may know already, I don't use any silicones on my hair, and it's getting easier to find things with no silicones in the shopping center, like in Tesco's and supermarkets. When I saw that, I have a lot of problem with dry scalp and dandruff, so I thought I liked the idea of it, and it had no silicone, so I thought I would give it a go. Now I went for this first, so I'll talk about this. The feeling when you put it on is actually, it does really scrub things out, but I found it really hard to wash off all the little bits. I actually went out of the shower after shampooing it all and rinsing it twice, and I went out, and when I was detangling my hair there was still loads of little bits, so I had to go back in the shower and shampoo my hair a third time to get them all off. So I don't know if I put too much, because I have very long hair and you're supposed to put it only on the scalp. It's very hard to put it properly, so I think what I'll do next time, you're supposed to do it on wet hair, but next time I think I'll go in the shower, wet my hair, and then come out and just, like, you know, part my hair and just try and put it directly on the scalp and not on the length. I try to avoid the length as much as possible, but you know, about up to here, like all that bit had some, and it was just hard to wash off. So it works well, but just bear in mind it's harder to wash off. Now this one, I decided to go for the 2-in-1 because I have long hair, and if I don't detangle, like if I don't put conditioner on my hair, it is just very, very hard to detangle, almost impossible, and then it looks horrible. So I thought I would give the 2-in-1 a go to see if it was enough conditioning in it. It's not. And also I do find it a little bit harsh on the scalp. It does certainly it does its job as removing dandruff. That's, like, there's no doubt about it. Like, even in one shampoo there was a massive difference. I would say about half had gone, and after the second one it was like they were not noticeable anymore. So on that side there's no problem. If you don't have a sensitive scalp, go for it. But I'm gonna try, they have a conditioning, they have one without conditioner, which is for sensitive scalp, so I might give that one a go, because that's not conditioning enough anyway. I ended up having to add conditioner on the ends of my hair, so I think I'm gonna see if somebody wants it around me, and then I will buy the sensitive one and try it, because I actually liked the way it worked, so that was good. And the next thing, now I'm just gonna have a little disclaimer before I show you everything. I've only been using this for 5 days, but so far I am really impressed. But I just want to say that because sometimes when my skin gets used to something and it changes. If it does change, I will tell you in the next month video. So it's the new Garnier Skin Active Soothing Botanical range. It's for dry and sensitive skin, which is what I have. And so I went for the cleansing milk, the toner, and the moisturizer. So first I would like to point out that I went to Superdrug to buy these, and these costed me just under £9 altogether because they were on offer, and that was brilliant. I am so pleased with these. It's just the right amount of moisturizing without being too much and feeling oily. This goes in really quick. Also, another good point is that it's 96% natural origin ingredients, and I was a bit skeptical when I saw this. I always check all the ingredients of what I use on my skin, and they actually make it really easy. I'm going to try and focus on this. They make it really easy to know where everything is from. All the ingredients are listed, and beside them there is more details about where they come from and what they are for and things like that, which is really good. So there's a few ingredients I'm not entirely happy about in them, but it's, I don't know, it's not too bad, and really for something affordable which you can buy in the supermarket, I am very, very impressed. So I will continue using it, and I will let you know how I feel about it over time. But so far it has calmed my skin. My skin was so dry. I had like patches of flaky skin on that part of my face, and my cheek, that bit of my cheeks was getting, the skin was so tight, it was painful. And I have no foundation on right now, okay? I have no makeup on. I just got my eyelashes tinted and curled, but I have nothing on my face right now. This is me with no makeup. And usually I have some redness, you know, but usually I would be super blotchy, and it has just brought the redness down a lot, so I'm really pleased. Let's move on to, every time I hear that streamer outside I keep thinking Alfie's waking up. No. Another thing I enjoyed this month is getting the garden ready. By that I mean planting. I have now planted almost every single fruit and veg I want to grow this year, and my garden is just basically a big piece of grass with a playhouse, a slide and a shed. And I feel like in springtime it becomes alive because I plant the flowers, I have all the pots with everything is getting planted, there's little trees growing and all that, and it just feels so nice. Gardening is one of my favorite hobbies, and I'm just so glad I can do that again. So I really enjoyed getting the garden going again and all that. It just makes me very happy. It's almost therapeutic in a way, but yeah, so I really enjoyed that. And then another thing that happened this month, actually on the 1st of this month, was something it took me a while to feel brave enough to do it, and I'm so glad I did, and I've met so many amazing people, is to go to a planner meetup. I had never had the occasion to go to one because most of them are in the UK mainland and I'm in Northern Ireland, and I had never heard of any I could easily go to until then. So I thought I'll go to the next big one next year in England, and I'll go and meet the people I've been talking to online and all that. And then we realized there was quite a few of us living in Northern Ireland, so we decided to organize a mini meetup in Northern Ireland, and we're actually having another one next month, and we've started to chat and we became a little closer, and it's lovely to meet new people to start with, even though I find that really difficult. But it was lovely to meet new people, and they have a hobby, you know, one of the same hobbies as I do, and it's just really lovely. So it was an achievement in a way for me to manage to feel brave enough to go and do it, but I'm so glad I did, and I'm now looking forward to the next one. And the last section will be TV shows. So there's been some TV shows ending that I've already included in my favorites last month. That's Broadchurch and Bates Motel. I am so sad these shows are finished, like completely finished. It's like not the season, it's like over. Broadchurch, to start with, I absolutely love this show. I did find that the best series of the 3 was series 1, but I still enjoyed all of them, and I think they did a good job finishing it. And the way they finished it, it kind of looks like they could start it again if they wanted to. So I am wondering, will they ever do it? If you're watching, people from ITV, please do. I really like this show. And then Bates Motel. This is one of my favorite shows ever. I absolutely love this show. Freddie Highmore is one. When I was saying Emma Watson can't do everything, I do believe he can do everything. He is one of these actors where I'm watching it and I'm thinking, how do you even act like this? How is that humanly possible? He is amazing. So I'm not going to go on and on about it. I always feel scared when a show I like a lot ends, because there's been many shows where I love them and in the last episode they, to me, was so bad that it really annoyed me, and I was scared that this would happen. And I'm actually really happy with how they ended it. I think it was just the right amount of drama and cheese at the end and all that. I think it was just right, and I'm feeling very satisfied about how they did it, and I think it was done in a very good way. So yes, if you haven't watched Bates Motel, watch Bates Motel. It's brilliant. Absolutely lovely. Love this show. And then I decided to go on Netflix and start watching shows that I hadn't watched before. First one I watched was 13 Reasons Why. You've more than likely heard about this show. Everybody's talking about it at the moment. One thing I would like to say, if you have any thoughts or like suicidal thoughts, if you've been affected by like having somebody around you committing suicide, if you have very severe mental health issues, please be careful before you watch this show. It's a show that has been created with the intent to raise awareness about suicide and a lot of other things, and how it affects people in different ways. There are some very graphic scenes. Also, if rape is a subject that is tough for you to, it's tough for everybody, but you know, if you particularly feel affected by rape, be aware, please. There are some scenes that are very graphic there. They have done it on purpose because it's a show to raise awareness amongst teenagers in America. It's a very good show. It's very well made, but it can be hard to watch for some scenes. The suicide scene at the end is only in the last episode, and you see absolutely everything. So just please bear that in mind if if this could affect you somehow. Do not watch this if you feel like it could affect you, because it's a double-edged sword, this kind of show. It's brilliant that they've done this to raise awareness, but I think if somebody was watching it with some thoughts in their head already, it could be dangerous. Anyway, I saw online, if you Google it, there are episode guides where for each episode they tell you which subjects could shock different audiences. So you can see, for example, in episode such and such there's rape, or different scenes like that, suicide and things like that. So please, if you have any doubts, just Google this and try and check this, because yeah, I don't want to advise this show and then this happens. I can see how it could affect some people, and I think there are definite warnings at the beginning of every single episode, so please do follow these warnings. I've never felt the need to mention it for a show before, and this one I would strongly recommend you do follow these warnings, please. But otherwise, absolutely amazing show. And the last one is a show I didn't really know what to make of it, and then I was in the cinema and I saw a Netflix ad, and this was one of the ones showing, and I thought, oh sure, I'll just give it a go, and in the end I really love it. It's Riverdale. It kind of makes me think of Pretty Little Liars in a way. It's not exactly the same, but it's the same style of show, I feel. And it's basically set in, I think it's in Canada actually. It doesn't really matter, North America somewhere. And it's set kind of in a school, and you have two families that are kind of rivals. So there's a lot of classic themes there. But it's a very good show. It seems to start as a kind of a silly high school show, and there's much more to it. My best advice is give it a go. You will know pretty soon if you like it or not. Worst case scenario, you've just lost an hour of your life to this show. It's not hard to pay. It's not a high price to pay. I thought I would just risk it, and I'm glad I did. I ended up watching the whole season, like over 2 days. So yeah, season 1 is over, and I'm pretty sure there will be more, because the way it's ending, there's no way they can end it there. So yes, that was my roundup of the month. I hope you liked it. I know it's a bit different. I just figured instead of trying to find favorites, I'd just talk about things I've seen and watched this month and give you my opinion about them, whether it's good or bad, and that might be a little bit more constructive and a little bit more in line with what I am like in real life. Yeah, so if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you want to give me any feedback on what you think of this video, I would really appreciate it. I do love feedback, and I love constructive criticism a lot, so don't feel afraid to offend me in any way. Any suggestions, any advice, any feedback, write it down there. I'll be happy to read it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!